Dive Corner. This is your host, Shayla, and I know it's been a minute. And today is not going to be our usual video. This is going to be a rant. So if you're not onto that type of
GPS
stuff,
signal lost.
You can go click on the channel and watch our other content on mental health, on being neurodivergent, on trauma, and our typical topics on the channel. But today we're going to talk a little bit about how religion and conservatism killed democracy. So we're going to start with conservatism just because I feel like I can run by that a little bit quicker. But if you didn't take civics or history or social studies in school and you're not aware, we are officially in a fascist country, in a fascist government. And I can give you the playbook because it has been used a lot of times. So let's start with the one corner of the world that everybody can pinpoint very easily and name as a dictatorship and probably the ultimate evil. Let's talk about 1930s Nazi Germany. A lot of people don't know that Nazi ideology actually was a child of United States segregation.
GPS signal lost.
Yes, my people, you heard it right. Hitler, in all of his evil, took a look at what was happening in the United States with the black community and said, now that's a brilliant idea. Let me just get the group of people that I don't like and start pushing them out of the country and start dividing them. So we actually sort of gave them the playbook. Now, if you didn't know, Hitler was able to dismantle Nazi Germany's democracy in 53 days. Okay? Ours is happening a little bit. Sorry, guys, the GPS keeps popping up and interrupting. But yeah, he took a page from segregation and slavery and said, this is a great idea. This is what I'm going to do. I'm just going to get the people that I don't like and I'm going to start segregating them, marking them, putting them in concentration camps, pushing them out of the country, just like America used to do with the black community. So Nazi Germany actually started with an American idea as part of American racism. Another parallel to Nazi Germany. Hitler created the brown shirts and then created the SS. Our orange dictator is already mobilizing the National Guard, federalizing the District of Columbia, moved the Marine Corps into Los Angeles. That's another page of the playbook. You turn the military and the police onto your own citizens rather than focus on the police dealing with crime and the military dealing with keeping us safe from global enemies. Not that we have friends, because countries don't have friends, they have interests. But that's another page of the book that our orange dictator took onto, which is creating and sickening the police on your own citizens. The other page of the playbook that he inadvertently adopted was, God picked me. I am here for a purpose. Hitler had the same thing. He thought all of those failed attempts to unalive him was further proof that he was the chosen one. Now tell me that the Orange Monster is not already doing that, bragging left and right that there's been an attempt to unalive him twice and he was saved. So that probably means that God picked him. Another part of the playbook. The other thing that they did was Kristallnacht. Now, my Jewish brothers and sisters out there, please don't get offended. I'm not just using Kristallnacht in passing, but I do want to make the point that even though we haven't had a night, or Kristallnacht wasn't just one night, but it peaked in one night. Just because we didn't have it in one night doesn't mean we're not going through our own night of the broken glass. We already have the police and DHS out there breaking windows, breaking into people's properties, into their jobs, sending them to concentration camps and taking glee on it. Because let me tell you something, I understand that there has to be borders, that there has to be control, that there has to be protocols and policies in place. How does that align with Alligator Alcatraz, where they are torturing, feeding them like dogs? They drowned already because you get 3 inches of rain and it just floods. And they are taking glee and selling shirts about feeding migrants to alligators. So in what world is that not the move of a dictatorship? And that was something else that we have in common with Nazi Germany and their concentration camps. And they didn't start killing people right away. Concentration camps were used till the day of liberation to get wealth and to have people doing hard labor. So it wasn't only that they conducted a genocide, they actually, in the beginning, were forcing labor on all of the Jewish brothers and sisters that suffered through the Holocaust. Now, let's talk about religion and how it's killing democracy. Now, I was raised Catholic, okay? And very conservative Catholic from a very conservative family, which makes no sense to me, because to me the word conserve means to keep the same, to maintain. So that's totally opposite to what you want. People want to move forward, get better, progress. So the whole ideology of conservatism cracks me up. But I've read the Bible. I have read the Book of Mormon. I have read the Quran. And I have read the Torah. And in none of them, none of the prophets that you guys idolize and supposedly serve say to act the way you guys are acting. The last time I checked, all of the religions are based in moral, in opening the door to the one that is unhoused, feeding the one that's hungry, providing for the ones that are sick. That is the religion that I know. Those are the family values and morals that I know. But no, you guys are technically looking at everything that your prophet told you to do, and you're doing the exact opposite. And you still want to say that America is not a racist country. You are perfectly fine with an orange dictator that is a hypocrite because he himself married an illegal migrant who was able to stay in this country solely because she married an American and had a child and took advantage of the policies and procedures and brought her family to this country. But because she has the right skin color and the right eye color, we're not trying to send her back. No, you guys say that America has a white culture, an European culture, and Christian values. So where in the Bible does Christ say you need to get the migrants out of your country in a violent way? You need to take food away from the Palestinians because they are less than. Last time I checked, Christ actually hang out and was closer to those that were sick, that were sinners, that were looked as deplorables, and he himself was a leftist, a progressive that pushed back against his religion and the government in his time. Now explain to me too, how does your orange dictator that you keep saying was chosen by God is living your Christian values, or anybody in his cabinet for that matter? Because none of them really go to church and live those values. All of them have cheated on their partners, have cheated on businesses. All of them have had more than they have vices. We have PDF files in the government right now. How is that Christian values? Tell me where in the Bible, in the Book of Mormon, on the Torah, in the Old Testament, where does it say to be cruel and oppressive to your brothers and sisters in God, like you guys like to say? If we were made equal to his image, what gives you the right to impose violence, oppression, and hate on others, whether they're migrants, whether they're yellow, black, blue, brown? I don't care. You are evil and you have blood in your hands. And as long as we keep supporting this government, all of us have blood in our hands. Because let me tell you something. If you were a true Christian or a true religious person, you would understand that, number one, there is no such thing as European culture or white culture. Because you mean to tell me that Finland, Qatar, Spain, and Italy, they all have the same culture?
GPS signal lost.
That's not a thing. You guys are the original immigrants that occupied this land and stole land from day one and oppressed from day one. So don't tell me that I don't live in a racist country. When we're seeing every day how working people get taken out of nursing homes, churches, schools, places of business. Is that what Christ would do? No, that's what he went through. Because his own people pushed him out to the point that they unalive him. Why? Because he stood on everybody should have the right to being healthy, to being fed, to having a roof over their head, to being treated with love and dignity. That's the true faith and religion. Anyhow, this rant has gone long enough. I know people don't care, but I needed to take it out of my system. Thank you for those of you that joined the recording, even if it was for a couple of seconds. I truly appreciate you, and I promise you guys that I won't bore you with too many of these rants, because my purpose in this channel is to actually facilitate healing and education for neurodivergent patients and the amazing people that care for them. As always, my neurodivers, stay safe, stay healthy, and please, 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 check yourself. Check your biases. Check in your own heart and ask yourself if this is the society that you want to live and the one that you want to your children and your grandchildren to inherit. Anyhow, I'll be talking to you guys soon. Bye-bye.